Hello and welcome to another episode of FinTech Focus TV, powered by Harrington Starr, global leaders in financial technology recruitment. Head over to harringtonstar.com where you'll be able to see some of the greatest jobs in financial technology recruitment across the world. You'll also be able to find a host of insight to help you grow your brand, your team, your network and your career. You can see the latest financial technology salary survey. You'll be able to download the issue of the Financial Technologist, focusing on the appetite for disruption. And our latest Top 1% Workplace Awards will be out at the end of this year. If you work for a company that's a great place to work in financial technology, we want to hear from you. Enjoy the show, and I'll see you soon. Hello and welcome to another FinTech Focus TV with me, Toby Babb. Today, I am absolutely delighted to welcome back onto the show, a year since last we spoke, it's Laurence Jones from the fixed trading community. Laurence, how are you doing?
Good, Toby. How are you? Good to see you again.
Likewise. A little bit croakier than when we usually speak, but I want to power through this and make the very best of it all. So, listen, lovely to catch up. We've got a hell of an event coming up. Last year it was absolutely spectacular for the Fix America's Trading Conference. I know you're excited about this one as well. I thought it was superb last year, and we were on site. We did a few interviews on the day. Some great panels, some great events, some great speakers. This year, it looks like you've raised the bar again. No mean feat with all of that as well. I've been talking to you about a few of the exciting things you're throwing into the equation and all that sort of stuff. And it's October the 18th over there in New York. I want you to tell me a little bit about what we can expect from this year's show.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. So this is, as you said, a year on. This is our kind of flagship event in Americas. It's our main Americas event of the year, the Americas Trading Conference, October the 18th in New York. Same kind of format as last year. It's a whole day event. Last year, I think we had 7 or 8 sessions. This year, we're expanding it to 10. We are looking at around 300 attendees this year. So last year, we did about 230. So again, we're kind of tracking a little bit higher on the attendees.
Fantastic.
Great. We've got about 55 speakers that we'll have on the day. We just announced a kind of a speaker announcement this morning, actually, but I think the first 35 speakers that we've officially confirmed, but we're looking around 55 speakers.
I saw the list as well, and some great names on that too, right?
Yeah, it's a completely wide set. So we've got people from trading, we've got people from technology, we got heads of product, we've got heads of ops, we've got risk management, we have some legal and compliance. So we really are kind of covering each part of the trading lifecycle, in effect, in terms of the different kind of roles and responsibilities. And if you look at a participant perspective, we've got people from buy side, we've got people from the sell side, custodians, CCPs and exchanges. Obviously, we're very big in kind of the fintech and vendor and software space.
Yeah.
So we have a number of those as well. And we've even expanded our partnerships this year as well. So last year we had SIFMA and Wind. This year, we still have SIFMA and Wind, which is now WIFM, Women in Financial Markets. They've actually just rebranded a couple of days ago, but super happy to have them as a partner again. But we also have FIA and DMIST as well. So DMIST is part of the kind of underneath the FIA, but we have FIA, which is obviously the huge industry organization for futures, and DMIST, kind of the standards organization that sits within that. So we have those two as partner organizations as well.
Great partnerships as well for you guys, isn't it?
Yeah, it's great. Obviously having the existing partners, but also the new partners, what they bring to the kind of the day in terms of content, in terms of speakers as well. We've got a fireside chat with Walt Lucan, who's the president of the FIA, and we have Amiko Komoda from Goldman Sachs who'll be doing that fireside chat. And we have Don Byron as well from the FIA, who's going to be hosting a session predominantly around futures and DMIST, all the work that's been going on in DMIST. And there's a number of speakers from within the industry that are part of both DMIST, but also the fixed community as well.
I think what really struck me last year, and you get different sort of focuses, don't you, in different events. But I think you read the market really, really well and looked at various areas which are not just the same stuff that everyone's talking about every single time. I think you think really creatively about what's going to make an actual interesting conversation, interesting panel. Let's look at it from different angles. And I think that's what you guys have always done traditionally very, very well. So it's not just the same panel and the same conversation and the same things which you can expect. And you look at what's happening in the marketplace and really focusing on that. So tell us what we can expect to hear about. Tell us some of the key themes running through it all.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you kind of nailed it on the head. You get a little bit of conference fatigue. I think sometimes a lot of things are a little bit samey, and you kind of have to have that because there's certain industry initiatives. I use T+1 as an example that needs to be spoken about, and I think
Absolutely.
it's spoken about a lot. It's just really just putting more awareness to the participants on what's out
And
there
it
today.
evolves, right? It needs to be discussed because it evolves all the time and what's happening every single time you do it.
Exactly, yeah. And with from a fixed perspective, we have a huge amount of messaging today that can help participants meet kind of some of the requirements of T+1, real-time allocation confirmation processing. We have all the messaging there within Fix. So there's a dedicated session on post-trade. We have Tom Price from SIFMA, who's going to be moderating that session. Core focus will be on T+1, but there's a lot of other kind of initiatives within the post-trade space. We're actually announcing next week a new message that we're launching within the settlement space, settlement status message, which really just allows participants to understand what the status is of the settlement of a security at any point in time. So that's very relevant, kind of the T+1 topic. We have dedicated digital assets topic. We have trading automation session. We have kind of your typical technical based sessions, or we have Hanno Klein from our global technical committee doing a session dedicated
Same as
on
last year, right?
orchestra. Same as last year, yeah, but we've got a lot of interest in that. Kind of orchestra has really kind of grown and evolved in terms of the adoption of it over the
Yeah.
last years. Hannah will be back and doing his kind of, I think we've gone from half an hour to 45. So Hannah's quite happy. We've given him an extra 15 minutes to talk about whatever his
Spread the
passions.
gospel.
Yeah, and we've also got, the same session you were on last year, the people session, that got a great,
I love this as well. Yeah,
great
I
reception
think it's
last
so
year.
important, and I really like the fact that you're putting it to the forefront because obviously I'm a big disciple of the importance of people within it, and I think sometimes it can be quite technical on all these sort of areas, but actually it runs off people. And I really enjoyed the session last year, and we've got a great one again this time out with a panel who I really enjoy speaking with as well.
Yeah, same speakers. Yeah, so that's great. It's kind of to your point, a year on, we have the same speakers. Obviously, things have happened externally. We're kind of still in this bit of a middle ground between our people back in the office and people not back in the office. Kind of, there's been a lot of acquisition, M&A activity in the industry. So I think from kind of a people perspective, there's going to be some really good things that you'll all draw out of that. And we've also got a couple of new things this year as well. So we've got a completely new session we've never done in Fix before, globally anywhere. And we're calling it the Hot Laps session. The reason we're calling it that is actually this year we're going to have a bit of a theme to the whole event. I won't give away too much, but the event is going to be a little bit themed around kind of acceleration and speed. Everyone's kind of putting a big focus on accelerated settlement, faster technology, low latency. So we have a bit of a theme. This year we're doing what we call hot laps, and I'll be on the stage. We're going to have 5 Fix members who actually are all predominantly vendors, software providers, and they get 4 questions, same questions, 90 seconds each on each question to effectively talk about who they are, what their firm does, what current industry initiatives they're part of, and how they use Fix to help their members kind of solve some of these industry challenges. So it's going to be a bit of it was originally called the Quickfire. It's going to be almost like a kind of mini TED style talk where they'll be on the stage one by one. I'll ask them a question. We'll have a little stopwatch and they get 90 seconds each per question. Really just to kind of showcase who they are, what they do. A lot of requests from our members around, I need a fixed gateway, or I need someone that can help me with my futures allocations. And, we can't really recommend any one or many organization or firm. So this really just gives our members the opportunity to kind of talk about what they're doing and what they're part of in the industry. So that's kind of the first new thing, which we think is going to be a bit of a hit.
Just want to jump onto that because I'm so pleased that you said, I know we spoke about it a couple of months ago when you were first sort of germinating the idea and such like, but this has been something which people have been talking to, of wanting for such a long time, and to actually see it there and implement it. I can't wait for that session. I think it's such a good idea. I think it's what the industry is looking for and needs. And I think it's great for the vendors to be able to come out there and do this as well. So I think that'll be an absolutely superb session for all involved as well. And credit to you guys for actually making it happen as well.
Yeah, we hope that's obviously going to be successful. Like we said, a bit of trial and error. It's kind of the first time we've done it, but I'm pretty sure it's going to be great. And then towards the end of the day, we have another keynote. We have David Yermak, who's a professor at NYU, New York University, one of the top professors there. And he's going to be doing a keynote on crypto market trading, crypto investing. Obviously, for quite a few years now, there's been a lot of speak around, people trading Bitcoin, people trading Ethereum. Litecoin were always the three. Then you had kind of, what was it, Dogecoin, the Elon Musk to the moon, all of those types of things. So there's obviously been a huge amount of activity in that. Institutional are moving a little bit more into crypto space. CME launched the Bitcoin futures, other exchanges have been looking at it. We have the digital asset session, but this is kind of a little bit more focused predominantly on crypto. It's going to be something completely different. It's coming from a professor from NYU, so it's going to have a little educational spin. So we think that's going to be interesting for the market, not necessarily with a fixed angle, but it's just going to be kind of what are people seeing, what's happened over the last 5 years, what do we think is going to happen in the coming age, and how can institutional firms look to get a little bit more involved if they want to in trading crypto.
It's so important, isn't it? That and I think that we speak a lot on this show and have done various initiatives ourselves about this sort of the convergence of traditional and decentralized finance, and I think having it still predominant despite all of the sort of impact of the back end of last year, I think it's going to be a major trend for 2024, and I think we're going to see more and more. We are seeing more and more institutional money going back into that sort of space. To see it on the agenda, I think is really good to see as well.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, absolutely. I think that that convergence piece. Then I'll be spoken a little bit on the digital assets session, and we also actually have a session on ChatGPT, AI, and machine learning. Obviously, when ChatGPT came out, people were going crazy for it. You saw people that were writing university dissertations with it, and people were writing project plans with it. It's kind of, but what are the use cases? Does it add value? Can it be used in a kind of traditional institutional space, and how can it be used? Obviously, AI.
Trusted as well, isn't it? Yeah.
Trusted, and there's kind of the AI angle. That there's a lot of movement within AI. A lot of our member firms utilize or offer AI type services. So kind of, again, what is the value add in that? What are the use cases? How can people actually use it? Is it a fad? Is it something that will actually continue to evolve? I think AI definitely will, but kind of more on the ChatGPT angle, how could that be used really just for member firms to save time and money if there's use cases for them? Potentially is there a fixed angle with it? We're kind of looking and always exploring. It's just kind of different things within the industry.
Definitely. I'm excited to actually sort of be out there from a slightly different perspective this time out as well. So we'll be videoing on the day with our other arm of the business and doing episodes of FinTech Focus TV, little bite-sized episodes of FinTech Focus TV throughout the day. So I'm really excited about that. I know we did some reporting last time out and some more snippet-based things, but really excited to talk to some of the firms who are doing innovative things around fix at the moment. Have 10-minute sessions of bringing lots of different people onto the show and making sure that the gospel continues to be spread well afterwards as well. So we're excited to do that and give people the opportunity, members the opportunity to have their time in front of the camera talking to this and helping to spread their key messages as well. So that's an exciting element to it as well for us.
Yeah, definitely. And I think, just kind of outside of that, if you're looking to attend the event, obviously, if you're a fixed member, you get a free ticket. If you're a premier member, you get a number of free tickets. If you want to buy a ticket, obviously, I think kind of at the end of this video or when you release it, we can give you the link that people can kind of follow to if they want to join, if you're not a fixed member. Obviously, it's really suited to anyone and everyone within the industry, whether you are buy side, sell side, a software vendor that's looking to kind of expand or potentially offer services within the space that Fix is utilized. As we said, CCPs, exchanges. We'll have a number of regulators that generally attend on the day and a number of media as well. And I think, last but not least, we have a number of great sponsors as well. I can't remember each and every one of them, so I'm not going to list any in case I accidentally miss some.
Anyone.
Like last year, we'll have those sponsors exhibiting, they'll have their booths up, kind of showcasing again some of the products and services they have, which again is great. And there's a number of networking kind of opportunities throughout the day. We have breaks throughout the day. We have a lunch, which is included within your ticket, I think 12:15 to 1:15. And then when it finishes at I think 5:45. We then have networking drinks. There'll be a couple of other things happening there. There'll be a couple of fix announcements as well. We'll probably have a couple of things that we'll announce out. We've got a couple of new things that we're working on that we're very excited about within Fix, which we'll be announcing on the day, throughout the sessions, or towards the end. So that's kind of an overall good summary of the event. Don't want to give away any too much more.
It's going to be brilliant. It's going to be brilliant. As I said, I absolutely loved it last year. I think it was such a good job and so many interesting things to come out of it. I'm pleased you mentioned there the sort of networking aspect, because not only are there really good, networking opportunities within it, I actually found last time it was a really good crowd. So it was a great bunch of people. I met some fantastic folk there. Everyone was friendly. Everyone wanted to go out there and connect and meet people and all that sort of thing as well. So, and to see it get bigger every single year that we've done, this is what I think I've probably been to these for a number of years now. To see it continue to grow and continue to sort of become its own beast is a fantastic thing to see. So I'm really looking forward to it. Really looking forward to getting involved. Really looking forward to getting the FinTech focuses in there, meeting some great people over the course of it. To our panel, on speaking about the importance of people in the whole space, and really exploring that with the guys as well. It's going to be fantastic. So look, we'll put the link in there, and I hope to see everyone who's watching this there on the day. Really looking forward to it, catching up with you again in person. I'm sure that after the networking drinks, we've got some afters to go to as well, from there too.
Yeah.
But it's going to be great to see you. Right? Well done on a cracking agenda. On the lineup looks superb so far as well, and we'll put all of those details into it here. So Laurence, until October the 18th, I will see you there. And please do, if you're watching this and coming on the show and thinking about everything to do with Fix at the moment, it would be great to see you there. And it is you won't be disappointed. It's an absolutely fantastic show to be at. Laurence, thanks ever so much for coming in and giving us a bit more intel on it.
Thanks. See you October 18th.
Until then, we'll see you soon on another episode of FinTech Focus TV. Thanks a lot. Bye now.
Thanks.